How's the last few practices been?
They've been really good. Definitely seen a step taken by the offense. Just a whole level of maturity. Last year we weren't as good offensively. We struggled in practice, and I think especially this past week we've been going punch for punch with the defense, which is good to see.
Have there been any standout spots or places where you really noticed that leap in particular?
Yeah, I mean, just certain run plays, certain pass plays where last year they wouldn't have worked, and looking at it now, we score on half of them, so it's nice to see.
We've seen a couple of, it looks like you're a little more confident throwing over the middle. What's kind of spurred on that change?
I think just being in the system and playing for a year, I think since the first day of spring practice, I've had a certain level of confidence, kind of like a little veteran confidence in me, that's kind of sparked a more leadership role that takes effect in the playing style.
One of the standout plays in the practice was you escaping and throwing the TD to Gavin. Do you guys throw together a decent amount, and do you feel like that's a play that you might not have been able to make last fall while you're acclimating yourself?
Yeah, Gavin and I have worked on it in PRPs, kind of that whole scramble drill mentality, and Coach Baldwin's harped on it a bunch this spring. I think last year, probably being a young guy, I probably would have taken the ball and trying to get what I get on the ground, but really working that scramble drill that we work in practice and keep my eyes downfield, I was able to hit Gavin in the end zone.
We saw another play where you had to kind of turn on the jets to get away from Evan Weaver. When you see Weaver, does that mean like I must sprint and get away from him very quickly? Because I can imagine seeing him on the field would be a little terrifying.
Yeah, Weaver's a little faster than most linebackers. It's not your true linebacker where the quarterback's normally faster. But yeah, when you see Weaver, you kind of have to get on your horse a little bit.
Is he talking to you when he's chasing you?
Yeah.
He's always talking.
Weaver's always
right?
talking.
Yeah.
It's nothing new.
What have you seen from some of the running backs, if anything?
I think the running back group as a whole has taken a huge stride. Marcel, Chris, DC, Nathurda, those guys have really worked in the offseason with Coach Edwards. And, Chris has gotten faster, he's leaned out. Marcel's gotten even quicker with his cuts. DC, who's just brand new here, he's picking up things really well. And Nathurda, who's been here for a while, he's a workhorse. He'll do anything for the team.
Is it kind of helpful to have the running back room thinned out a little bit? Because it had to be hard to decide where those reps were going to go and what the pecking order was going to be.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not the running backs coach, so I really didn't know how the reps were going, especially with Pat last year taking, almost all of the reps.
Yeah.
But I think, with 4 of them there, I think it's split pretty evenly rep-wise.
Chase, what's your mindset to just arriving every day of the daily competition? You've got a couple other guys you're competing with, and you've got maybe a leg up in terms of experience on them here in the system, but they're out here every day too. And is it hard to sort of take it day to day as opposed to like trying to leap ahead to what's coming next?
No, I think just going day by day is our mentality here. I competed with Ross, Brandon, Chase Forrest every day last year, so it's just new faces. Same competition, new faces.
And you've got a year under your belt now. Do you feel different, more comfortable with that?
I do. I feel really confident and more developed in the system as a quarterback, especially from last year, coming off my redshirt year, mostly scout team, so you didn't really know the offense that well. And then having this whole playing season under me has definitely helped in my development.
What have you seen from Monroe Young?
Monroe? Monroe's a great wideout. He's a little thicker than most wideouts, but he can move at his weight, which is great to see, and he's made great plays. Last year, everyone struggles their redshirt year, but I think working with him in the offseason, or what we had as an offseason from PRPs and whatnot, he's really taking those strides forward to become an elite receiver in this conference.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Good. Thanks.
Now, do you want to